the lace gives like, I don't know, Moo Deng is just a little baby, and I feel like it kind of fits the vibe. And I feel like when I say inspired, I mean that very loosely, but I will explain in a second. And worst comes to worst is a pair of pants that you wear a shirt over and you don't tuck something into. So, to probably nobody's surprise, I made the vest too big. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, in honor of Halloween, I am doing a high fashion Moo Deng costume. So if you don't know, Moo Deng is a pygmy hippo in Thailand, and the internet has just been in love with her, and I am the internet. I'm one of those people. I think she's so cute. I also just think hippos are very fascinating. Pygmy hippos are a little different than the common hippo, which you will learn a little bit about in this video. But I think hippos are just really fascinating because they are just such a force of nature. So, in honor of Halloween, I decided to do a costume inspired by her. As you will see, this is not really a traditional costume. I kind of wanted something that I would be able to wear the pieces again, and I do think that I will be able to, and that I will get use out of them. So I thought it was a great way to combine like doing something for Halloween as well as like making sure that it's reusable. So I hope that you like this video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe, follow me on my social medias, and let's get into it. In this video, I am doing a Halloween costume, and it is going to be inspired by Moo Deng the hippo. When I say inspired, I mean that very loosely, but I will explain in a second. So, if you are online in any capacity, you've probably heard about Moo Deng, which is a young pygmy hippo in Thailand, and the internet loves her, and she's very cute. She's very cute, and I think hippos are so interesting because they are just like a force of nature. So, pygmy hippos, I think, are a little more docile than the common hippo. The common hippo is incredibly dangerous. I think I saw somewhere that there's like 500 human deaths a year from hippos, and they're really fast. They can swim, kind of. They more so because of their size. They like run on the bottom of rivers, and just incredibly dangerous creatures. But Moo Deng, the pygmy hippo, she is. If she on video is aggressive with her keeper, but she doesn't have teeth yet, so it's not much of an issue. But yeah, the internet has loved her, and so she's like the inspiration for my Halloween costume. But also throughout this video, I wanted to share some facts about pygmy hippos. So I'm pretty sure they're endangered, and most of them are in captivity, and a lot of the information we know is from how they've been observed in captivity. But they are about half as tall and a fourth the size of the common hippo. So yeah. So, when I say that this costume is inspired by her, I'm going to make a pair of hippo ears, which if you wanted to be a hippo, that will be like the most important part of this video. But I more so want to make a costume that I could wear again. So I was actually looking at Thai fashion designers and fashion brands, and I saw this brand, I think pronounced Stretsis. Um, Apparently, I was talking to my sister about it, and like the SR is not really a letter combo we use in English. So like, I don't think I'm definitely not pronouncing it right, and it's probably pronounced different. But I saw this outfit and I thought it was really cute, and I thought if I did it in brown with little hippo ears, that'll be my like inspired by Moo Deng, so like a high fashion Moo Deng costume, if you will. So I am going to show you the sketch that I have for mine, and I'm going to start dropping the pattern. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I really like the flare, the idea of like a flare, but like a mega flare, like not just like, oh, they flare out some, like a circle skirt flare. So that's what I'm thinking for the pants. And then the low cut vest with a pink, maybe with lace shirt, and then the ears. And I still have to get like all of the fabric for this. So, but that's why I'm thinking maybe the lace over the pink, because in the reference it's just lace and I'm not doing that. But I don't know, I feel like the lace gives like, I don't know, Moo Deng is just a little baby, and I feel like it kind of fits the vibe, and I feel like the puff sleeves as well is just kind of like cutesy. So, not to say that like lace is for babies, but you know, I just feel like it gives like the little cutesy vibe, and she's just a cutesy little hippo. So, yeah. So for the pattern, what I'm thinking is for the pants, I'm actually going to use the cargo pants that I made for my Furiosa outfit, and I'm going to extend the top and shorten the bottom so I can add the flare. For the vest, I am probably going to um, do like a draping esque, like, yeah, dress form draping thing to figure out for that. And then for the shirt, I actually found a bodysuit pattern from Mood that I'm going to modify to make it just a shirt with puff sleeves. And then I will probably do the headband last. So I'm going to get ready on the pants, and I'm going to copy that over and to a new pattern so I can adjust it, and then I will go from there. Okay, here is the pattern for the pants. So there's a chance that I might take in this portion a little bit, but I left it as is, but I did make the radius of the circle skirt a little bit smaller. So if like if this is fine, it'll be easier to adjust that, like cut off that part. I'm trying to like visualize it for y'all. And then if not, if I do want to take it in, then it already is thinner. That's the zip fly and the pocket. I don't love doing those, even though they are pretty easy, but I don't want to do just like a waistband pant for this. So yeah, I might do a felt back pocket, but I haven't looked into that yet. So I don't really know. But we will get to that part soon or whenever. Okay, this is the fabric that I'm going to use for the vest. It's like this metallic-y brown, but I feel like it's still like thick and it's stretchy. And that leads into another fact about pygmy hippos, which is that they have a secretion on their skin, I think called hipposudoric acid, which gives their skin a pinkish tinge. I think also, I forgot to write it down, but I think that it's believed that this secretion is used like has some use of like sunscreen kind of for them to protect their skin from the sun. So yeah. That's but I thought that was kind of funny that the fabric I ended up choosing is kind of shimmery, and I was like, that kind of reminds me a little bit of the hippos. So yeah. Okay, for the pants, I'm gonna start with the pockets. I just dropped the remote. I was gonna do a zip fly, but the material is kind of stretchy, and I don't know if I've ever really seen that in stretchy pants. And I think I looked up, and you kind of can, but you might have some issues with the fabric. So I think what I might try to do instead is buttons. I'm not for sure because I don't really know how it will work. So um, I'm gonna start with the pockets, and then I will do maybe the zip fly, and if not, I will just do the waistband, kind of like a pair of leggings. So yeah. Okay, remember how I said I extended the top of the pants up? Oh, I think I said that. I'm a little worried that they are going to be big, but I have this dilemma where I added the pocket already. So I could either cut off the pocket. Well, the dilemma is to know if they're going to be too big or like too high up. And by high, I mean like right under my boob, like very high. Um, it's to construct them, and my mom suggested doing like a hand stitching, a basting stitch. I really don't want to, and I'm probably so I could cut the pocket and make them shorter, but then I'm like, what if they are too short? I want them to be high waisted. I don't want them to be that high, but I want them to be high waisted. So I think I'm just gonna construct it, and worst comes to worst is a pair of pants that you wear a shirt over and you don't tuck something into. So, and I don't think I'm going to do the zip fly with the buttons because I don't want to put in the effort and then not like how it turns out and like there's no going back. So I'm just gonna do it legging style and see what it looks like and figure out the waistband and all of that stuff. Okay, I think I made the right decision. So this is kind of where the pants come. The back is falling still. But yeah, it's not as high. I thought it was gonna come up to like here. So I think this is good. So I'm gonna take them in some because I do want it to be more fitted before it goes to the flare. Also, as you can tell, the crotch is a little gappy. So I'm gonna take this in like the outside in, and if it is still gappy, I'm probably gonna take the inside in a little bit as well. And then I'll probably add a dart in the back, just so it stays up a little bit more before the waistband. And then I will go from there. Okay, I just want to put out there when I said I'm making a high fashion Moo Deng costume, I mean in like the look that it's not like a typical hippo costume, not in the techniques. Because one day I would love to feel like I have better techniques. Today's not that day, so I just wanted to put that out there. But I'm about to attach the waistband before I attach the flare at the bottom, just to make sure that I I like the placement of it, and then after that, attach the flare, hem, and the pants will be done. Okay, the pants are done. I feel like the top is a little baggy, and so that's something I would have like fixed with the pattern, but I will wait to show that at the end. Another hippo fact is that um, pygmy hippos mate both in water and on land, where the common hippo only mates in water, and they also give birth. They can give birth on land or in water as well. So, yeah. Okay, for the vest, I'm going to use this dress form that I have. So my mom actually found this for me. I'm at my sister's place right now, and I will be bringing this back to my place eventually, and it's also not padded to my size. So I'm going to drape the vest to the best of my ability. Then I will alter the pattern to make it my size. So how I'm going to do this, I don't know if this is exactly correct, but I'm going to use some masking tape and I'm going to drape the shape of the vest, and then I'm going to drape some muslin over it and outline that and then cut it off and transfer that to paper. So I'm going to do that and go from there. Okay, for the vest, I'm going to pin the pieces together and for both like the lining and the outside and make any adjustments as needed, and then I will connect them together. I think that I would usually do I don't know if I would usually, but for this I would want to do a prototype. I'm just like, am I a liar? I've done prototypes a few times, but like not as often as I probably should. So this is something that I probably would want to do a prototype or use a prototype for, especially because I'm going to line it. But I don't have much time, and yeah, that's all. That's all. Yeah, I'm not going to say the date because I don't know when this will go up. I don't know when I will be done, but yeah, we are pushing it a little bit for time. So there will be no prototype. So what I will do is cut out the pieces, sew one side, or I guess like shell together, see how that looks, if there's anything I want to adjust, and then adjust that on the other one before I connect them to each other. To probably nobody's surprise, I made the vest too big. So I'm going to take in the sides a decent amount and then also take in the shoulder and see. And then afterwards, I might cut the neckline a little bit lower, but I will do that after I take this in. Okay, so I took the vest in, so now I'm going to take the neckline down a little bit. And I'm also, I don't know if you can tell, when I pull it like this, there's a little gap. So I'm going to do a little dart here, and then I will connect it to the. Okay, I have the outside and the inside of the vest line together, or pinned together. So I'm going to sew around the neckline on the bottom, so I should be able to flip it inside out from the sides. And then I'll fold the sides and the armhole in and sew that down. Okay, I have the armhole and the side pinned. So I actually basted the armhole, which I feel like is crazy because I really didn't want to baste. But in all transparency, I really botched the lining. I don't know what happened, but like just the lining in the outside is different, especially it's not that different, but especially in the armhole portion, so it might be a little wonky there. And so instead of trying to, and this is not a material that I can like iron and it stays, like I iron it, it doesn't stay. So instead of just pinning it and like maybe having something come up while I'm sewing, I was like, what if I do just baste it so I can feel a little more secure? So I did that. I'm probably gonna sew, I'm gonna try to use the stitch in the ditch, but if I need to, I'll probably unbaste or like seam rip some of the seams as I get to them if necessary. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I will top stitch the rest, and then I will do a practice buttonhole because I hate doing buttonholes, and then we'll do that. What's funny though is like I hate doing buttonholes. I think one time I jammed my machine. Not like, I don't think it was anything I did. And I actually had to take it somewhere to get repaired. Like it was so bad. So ever since then I've always been very like, I don't want to do buttonholes, but it's so much easier to do it on the machine than it is to try to do it by hand. So I'm going to do that for the buttonhole, and afterwards, once that's done, the vest will be done. Okay, so here's the pattern for the top. What I'm going to do is just take out the bodysuit portion by folding that up, so it's just a shirt. Also, this is an open bag, which I feel like will be weird for vest, so I don't think I'm going to do an open bag, but I don't know how I'm going to modify that exactly yet, so I will figure that out once I get there. Also, it has a collar, which I like, but I think I want to add like a little tie. So I don't know how I will do that, like if I'll just make the collar even longer so it can go into a tie, or if I'll taper it down, because I don't know how I would sew, like how I'll sew that on. So I will also figure that out. So I probably will wait to cut out the collar until a little bit later. And then the sleeve, you gather, I don't know how much, there are notches and stuff that I will try to mark when I cut out the pattern pieces, but I'll probably read back through the instructions to make sure I have the right amount of gathering for the sleeve. So yeah, I'm going to cut out fabric and go from there. And these are the fabrics that I'm going to use for the shirt. So I wanted to do lace, but I wanted something under it as well, because I feel like the lace just gives a very cutesy vibe. And I think Moo Deng is very cute. Also, they have pink, like their underside is more pink, so I thought that would go good as well. And I did the lighter pink because I feel like that'll give the lace more of a pop instead of if I went with something a little bit closer to it. So yeah. For the shirt, I pinned the lace to the under part, so I'm just gonna stitch around to connect it, and then I will sew the front to the back, and I will gather the sleeve and then attach the sleeve. I will say I forgot that I was, one, that it has a collar, and two, that I was gonna maybe try to do a tie. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm just a little tired. It's late, and I really want to get this done. Um, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that yet. I might just I might sew the shirt together and then see how it looks, and then see if I want to do a collar. I think also because something I'm thinking about is I have some plans for this week, and mostly line dancing. And so I would like to wear this one on actual Halloween, but I will not wear this shirt on Halloween because with line dancing I will be so hot. So I'm also like, I don't know what I want to do about that, and if I want to try to make something else. And so I don't know. I'm just a little tired. So I'm gonna start working on this, like sewing these together and then like actually constructing the shirt. Okay, for the sleeve, I did the stitch that I'm going to gather in a different pink so I can actually see it. So I don't know if you can actually see the second pink that's holding the lace and the lining together. So yeah, I did a different pink. I also only sewed the shoulder seam together so I could see how long the armhole is, so I can use that as my guide with gathering. And I will have to extend the head hole, so the back's supposed to be open, which I just felt like would look weird with the vest, so I just extended it up, and I most definitely cannot fit my head through, so I will probably extend the front down a little bit, and how I'll do that is trace it out and then like sew first so the lace is connected, and then cut it. And then after I do that, I know I was like iffy about the collar, and I kind of wanted to add the tie. I don't know if I will if I once I extend it down, so I feel like that might look weird, but I don't fully know yet. So I'm going to gather the sleeve and then attach that, and then I will do the neck hole. Okay, so for probably the most important part of this costume and what will make me look like any semblance of a hippo is the ears. So I'm going to get ready and start on that. They're the same as I think I did for Somas ears for like me and the cats, and so I'm gonna use that same process because I feel like I originally was just gonna like sew them to a headband. Then I was like, well, I don't know if they'll stand, but if I do the like stuffed headband, I think that it will. Um, there's a better chance that it'll stand up. And by better, I mean a pretty good chance because like I made antlers last time and those stood up. So I got a headband from the dollar store that I'm going to get ready and cut this fabric off and use it to make the pattern. I'm also going to use the lace for the pink part of the ear as well, so I'm going to do like both the pink and the lace. I just thought it'd be cute to tie into the rest of the costume, so yeah. I think I'm also going to throw in the rest of the hippo facts that I have because I feel like I've not been good about like I've shared some. So I don't know if I said that they spend most of their days hidden in rivers. I know I said that they can give birth and mate both in land and on in a river, whereas the common hippo only does it in water. Um, young pygmy hippos can swim almost immediately after birth, so pretty cool. And they also have more adaptations for a more terrestrial life than the common hippo, but since I think they are pretty endangered, we don't have like that much information, like observational information on their wild behavior, if that makes sense. So, and then I guess the last one is that there have been no human deaths associated with the pygmy hippo, which doesn't mean that they can't be dangerous, because they definitely can be. We've seen the size of, even though they are smaller than the common hippo, they are still really big animals. But I thought that was interesting because I know that, like, I think I saw that it was the common hippo kills 500 people a year and are very aggressive. So I thought that was an interesting fact. But with that, I'm going to start the ears, and yeah. Thanks for watching. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on my social medias. I think this turned out really cute. I will say there are definitely things that I would have done different for the pants and the vest. The top was great, like some of my best sewing. But I did also follow a pre-made pattern, as y'all saw. But yeah, there's definitely adjustments that I would have made if I were to go back and do the pants or the vest again. But I do think that I can still get wear out of them. And I think the ears are cute as well. And I could always just use those again in the future for like any quick costume. So I do like how this turned out. If you made it this far, comment down below what you are going to be for Halloween and let me know if there's anything you want to see next. Until next time, bye guys.